One of the group tasks that I sat as part of the assessment centre was building a Lego bridge. And this was a really weird kind of task because it just sounds really funny, right? Building a Lego bridge. But yeah, actually, they wanted to see all the team working aspect and they wanted to kind of mark you in that. There's a lot that they can learn about you from that. So yeah, basically, they called us to the assessment centre. There was about 10 of us. They split us up into two groups, five on each side, and they said, right, you've got these Lego pieces, you need to build a Lego bridge. And we're going to put a little bit of a weight on top of it at the end and see which ones withstands. If they both withstand, we're obviously going to pick a winner based on how you've worked together as a team. So, as soon as the time started, they said you got 10 minutes. As soon as the time started, some clever clog jumped in and said, well, I'm going to be the leader. It's like, all right, okay, you're the leader. Then another clever clog jumped in and said, well, I'm going to keep the time. So they were both obviously scoring marks. They were trying to get themselves, out there and wanted the assessors to pick up on them, which is obviously the aim of the game with the assessment centre, right? So they had done that. Then I was like, you know what? I need to jump in as well at some point. So I jumped in third and I said, right, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll try and come up with the design so we actually know what we're building, right? I'll quickly draw something out so that we've got a bit of a strategy, a bit of a game plan. We can't just stack a load of bricks on there. It's going to be, it's going to take us forever trying to figure out how to build a bridge. So I said, I can't do that on my own. Would anybody else want to help me do that? And the fourth guy was like, yeah, I'll help you do that. And then the fifth guy had nothing else to say or do, so obviously he said, yeah, I'll help you do that as well. So I said, look, here's what we're going to do. This is the strategy that I have. We'll spend 3 minutes coming up with the design and we'll spend 7 minutes on actually building the damn thing. And I said, has anybody got any objections to that? And they were like, no, that's fine. Let's crack on with it. So that's exactly what we did. We spent 3 minutes. Obviously, the timekeeper was telling us, look, there's 1 minute, 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. We were coming up with a design. We came up with a design, very simple design, obviously. And then we started building. We started building the bridge. And here's the funny thing. We started building the bridge, right? And it was all right. It was looking okay. We started testing it with a few, putting some things on it and seeing if it breaks or not. Well, lo and behold, there was 1 minute left for the end of the task, and basically we put something on the bridge and it broke, right? And the other team was just looking at us like, yeah, we're gonna win, right? You've just broken your bridge, and it was just the way it happened, right? We were trying to test the bridge out, and it just broke. My whole team was like, oh crap, like we've definitely failed this. And I remember at that time I was like, you know what? If we start to show this, we are going to lose, right? And I didn't know that we obviously were going to lose because it failed, right? The bridge wasn't even made. So I said, look, we've got 1 minute left. Let's not give up. Let's try and build the bridge again. Let's try and pick up pieces where we can and just build something or produce something, right? Something for the final result so that they can put the stuff on and see if it works. Even if it breaks, then at least we have something to bring to the table. I remember saying like those specific lines. I said, look, there's no need to get demotivated. We have a minute left. Let's do what we can and bring something to the table. Now, I said that very specifically because I wanted to score the marks, right? I knew the assessors were looking at us, and I was like, you know what? There's no other choice, right? We can't just sit there and do, oh, well, we fucked it up. No, so that's why the other guys were kind of thinking the same thing as well. They were like, yeah, let's build it again. But no one said it, and I was just the one to say it. And the reason why I've kind of told you all this is because I actually won that assessment centre. And one of the feedback that I got was, you performed very well in the assessments, the group task. And I was like, well, we failed the group task. But then I realised, well, it's the traits that you show that actually matter. It's not the end result all the time. Yes, our bridge broke. We obviously didn't win it. They said, yeah, obviously because your bridge broke. We saw that. We can't let you win. Obviously, it's the other guys that have won. But I actually got past that assessment centre. I actually got the job, which was crazy. So that's just an experience that I had at the assessment centre, and you could have a very similar group task to me. And what you got to remember is, if you're trying to build something or you're trying to present something, always remember that it's not always the end goal. It's the process, and you have to show how you act during the process, and you got to show that to the assessors. And that's just a very good example of that, right? We've basically failed at building the bridge, but because I was motivating the team, they actually gave me the marks, and I won that assessment centre. So, if you are struggling to get onto a graduate scheme, Remember that I have got a graduate success pack down in the description below. You can check it out. It helps you speed up your graduate recruitment process. Just basically helps you speed up your applications. I give you my exact CV, graduate CV and cover letter templates. I give you my graduate job tracker, one-click install, and I also give you my graduate question and answers document for your interview. So it's basically just a bank of questions and answers that you can use to basically for your interviews. So if you want to speed things up, check that out in the description below. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.